we haven't seen this image in a little while, frozen in time, but I want to keep reminding folks that if you want to send us a memorable winter weather event, all you have to do is just scan that QR code, and that links you right up to First Warn at WISCTV.com, or you can send us your weather story, and then we can show that weather story like we're going to do right now. This is our very first one. So today is a historical time, remember, in southern Wisconsin. Some of you might remember this. 34 years ago today marks the anniversary of the infamous December 1990 blizzard. Look at the video from 1990.
Whoa.
Some of you may remember this. I remember this. It dumped over 17 inches of snow in just under 24 hours at Madison's airport. Wind gusts were clocked at 60 miles per hour or greater, and we even had lightning that struck a few homes. Edgerton, I believe, was a community impacted that caused house fires in southern Wisconsin. Yet it's also a day for celebration as part of our Frozen in Time series, and I got to connect with Barbara Stam, a Madison resident who shared her story of how this blizzard was associated with bringing life, her son Mitch, into this world. Here's what
we got to the hospital and he was born at 2:50, so 10 minutes to 3 a.m. And we had no idea there was a storm coming. And then my doctor went home and he drove into what he thought was a driveway, but it was a ditch. So he couldn't get back out in the morning to see it.
And we got a beautiful picture here. Look at this that Barb sent us as part of her submission to Frozen in Time. She said we could share this. This is a picture of Mitch and his big sister Maggie. And Barb told me that each year they talk about the blizzard, the day that Mitch was brought into this world. So happy birthday, Mitch. I understand that you may be watching this on our streaming channel3000.com from many, many miles away. And thank you, Barb, for sharing your story about the blizzard of 1990. And again, if you want to go back to maybe Max 2 really quick to show that graphic about how folks can submit their stories, just scan that QR code. We've had plenty of them submitted and we're going through them. This one being timely with it being December 2nd and December 3rd. So just scan that QR code that we were showing before, or just email us at firstwarn@WISCTV.com, and we'd love to share your memorable winter weather stories.
That was really cool, and props to Barb. You went through a lot that day.
Yes, yes.
Barb had a busy day.
Yeah.
Yes, and she also wanted to make a shout out. I talked to former Chief Meteorologist Gary Canelti quite a bit, and she wanted to say, hey, Gary. So another plug to Gary, because Gary was doing the forecasting that day.
Would this storm have hit Austin, Minnesota? I'm trying to remember if I remember this.
This is a great question. Gary and I were talking about this last night. This really targeted southern Wisconsin. Gary was saying this was like the quintessential perfect track for a snowstorm in southern Wisconsin. So areas to the north and west towards La Crosse and southern Minnesota would have been on the very far northwestern end of it.
Because